Hello in TV land. Hello everyone, this is Phil. Let me put the sound out. I hope everyone is doing great. J'espère que tout le monde va bien, bien sûr. Laissez-moi vous ouvrir une petite liqueur. Allez vous chercher un drink, quelque chose. Go get yourself a little drink. This week's episode is brought to you by... It's not brought to you by anything. Yeah, I'm ready. So I hope everyone is doing fine. J'espère que tout le monde va bien. J'espère que vous avez profité de tous les ventes du Black Friday et du Cyber Monday et du Weekend AOL. You've got mail. So, some of you guys were with me, during the Black Friday sale. Donc, il y a même du monde qui se sont pointés là, à ma vente du Black Friday. J'ai fait tabarouette. Je capote, moi, là. Mais non, ça a bien été. J'espère que vous avez été capable de trouver des deals, puis vous avez commencé à acheter vos cadeaux de Noël parce que ça s'en vient vite, là. Les cadeaux de Noël, ça cogne à la porte, là. Les petits lutins puis les petites affaires. So I hope you guys were able to find some good deals on the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. It's so funny because when I actually see those pictures on not YouTube, but on Facebook or whatever, when it says like they're selling this stuff at I don't know, $200. Then there's like the guy saying wait, and after that $200 sale, wait, and then after it's the last one and it says Black Friday, there's like $600 with an X on it, and underneath it's like $200. Go for it! What a fucking deal! Yeah, so I did my Black Friday sale. I've met with a few of my friends and customers today. So, yeah. So, like I said, I hope you guys were able to find some good deals on what you were looking for, whatever it is. Donc, j'espère que vous avez profité de ces deals-là. Donc, cette semaine, this week on The Vintage Kids, brought to you by... Yes. I wanted to do something special. Je voulais faire quelque chose de spécial, quelque chose de différent, something different. As you might have seen on Yoda's workshop, I've posted a great picture, well, a poster that I found par hasard, by the hazard, of an artist that I've never heard before, and I didn't know who he was, and I didn't even know it was an artist doing all these great posters. Donc, si vous avez vu cette semaine, j'ai posté un poster. Sur Yoda's Workshop, et l'image m'a vraiment fait capoter, et je sais qu'il y en a plusieurs même qui ont bien réagi, qui m'ont même écrit genre « Hey man, ça, il faudrait faire comme un poster de ça. » Ben, guess what? C'est possible de l'avoir en poster. So, some of you guys saw the picture, well, the post that I did, and some of you said, well, where this is from, because this is amazing. And I was lucky enough to find out that there's actually a dude that created those pictures, those posters, and he's an artist name, like it says right, I'm going to follow it, Rachid Lotf. He's going to come back from here. Get ready. Artist Rachid Lotf. There he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's going a little faster. There you go. And he's gone. Anyway, so what I want to do with you guys, I've selected a few of his work that I thought was amazing, and I don't want necessarily to talk about his life or where he went to school and who's his wife's name or his dog's. I want us together watch these great artwork. And I want to introduce you guys to his website, just because I know, like I said, some of you asked if there were posters available. Well, there is. So I'm going to show you the website. But first, uh, the way I want to do this is actually we're going to watch a few of his work, and I want to talk about what we see in these amazing work and what it brings back to me and what it could actually means to you, and the reason why it's probably so it wakes up something inside of us as soon as we see these artwork. Donc je vais donc c'est ça, hein? But of course. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share once again this these images, and I'm even going to put myself down here. And we're going to go through a few of them. And the reason why I want to do this is there's so much information and so much stuff to see in each of the artwork that he creates. And I want to talk about not necessarily every one of them, but what it actually brings me, where it actually brings me back as a vintage kid. And the thing that I really also enjoy about his work is the fact that it doesn't only focus on one thing. He actually goes in many eras. So not only like 1981 or 1977, he actually goes in the video games, he goes in movies, he goes. So this is what that's why I want to do this. So let me switch. I'm gonna go right here. And they are not necessarily placed in order of the one that I think are the nicest or whatever, but I selected, like I said, 11 of them, and I want to check them out with you guys. And the thing that is amazing is the fact that there's so many details, there's so many stuff in each one of these great artworks. So this one, the first thing, and it's also the reason why we can actually identify ourselves to this kind of artwork. Donc je veux vraiment comme montrer pourquoi on réussit sans quasiment s'en rendre compte, on tombe à réussir à s'identifier facilement avec le travail de cet artiste-là. Vous voyez dans le bas ici, il est sur Facebook, sur Twitter et sur Instagram. As you guys can see, he uses all kind of platforms, so you can follow him. Yeah, so that's it. And later on, we're going to go check the website. So I'm going to zoom in this great kind of geeky guy room, and I just love the fact that we can already understand that we are probably like in 95. On peut déjà se dire on est comme dans les années 95, au début probablement d'Internet, puis que les premiers jeux Warcraft, peut-être même online, le gars il a ses écouteurs, il est plugué sur son ordinateur qui est probablement branché sur un 33.6 ou un 56K. He's probably like online first time, and love the fact that you can actually see all the other stuff that this kid grew up with. So there's like a Dragon Ball Z and not the Dragon Balls. Anyway, I made a stupid comment on the last Black Friday sale. So a Matrix poster, of course. Matrix is huge geek era. It represents so much things. Isaac, I don't want to. I want to make sure that what I want to say is Matrix is kind of a Star Wars in some kind of way, because they created stuff using technology that wasn't used before. So Matrix is a huge moment in cinema history. Of course, you've got Shawshank Redemption. If you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, go ahead, go check it out. It's an amazing movie. Il faut absolument que vous allez voir Shawshank Redemption si vous n'avez pas vu Shawshank Redemption. When I was younger, one of my favorite movie, and it's funny because it just came out, I think, on Netflix or whatever, what platform. It's a L'évadé d'Alcatraz, the Alcatraz movie with Clint Eastwood. And as a kid, I don't know why, but that movie really struck me. And I've watched that movie, I don't know, probably at least 10 times as a kid. As soon as it was on, I had to watch it. J'ai vu ce film-là en tant que petit cul, genre au beau dimanche, puis toutes ces affaires-là. Mais à chaque fois qu'il jouait, je devais l'écouter. Là, ça fait longtemps que je ne l'ai pas vu, fait que je sais que maintenant il est disponible sur Netflix. Je veux le revoir. La raison pourquoi je dis ça, c'est que Shawshank Redemption, pour moi, ça a été le premier film après L'évadé d'Alcatraz qui m'a fait triper autant au niveau d'un film de prison. Tu sais. So it was kind of the first movie that, like a jail movie, that really struck me again as much as the Alcatraz movie. I don't remember the name of the movie in English. Um, Sorry about that. Let me just check something here. Okay, sorry about that. So let me get back to. Okay, so Shawshank Redemption, amazing movie. And there's a few things over here that I don't know what it is. It's all like, oh, there's Star Wars. The first person shooter. What was the name? Star Wars. I don't remember which was the name. But anyway, so you can see that this kid actually loves the PC games. And on the back, on the back there's like the Super Mario 3 with the console of this is the Super Nintendo, the second one that came out. You've got a turtle poster, The Simpsons, Batman from 1999 and 1989. The Stormtrooper helmet, that is probably the first Don Post one that came out during these years, like in 97, I think. Love the fact that there's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. There's the Pulp Fiction movie poster, the Ghost in the Shell. That's another thing that you have to see. Ghost in the Shell. Amazing stuff. And I've watched the one that they did, the movie one with Black Widow there, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so also X-Files. For me, the X-Files, one of my favorite TV show prior to like the kind of 24 TV series that they start doing afterwards. It was not your regular TV series that was as we were used to watch them as kids. C'était pas Chips, c'était pas Love Boat, c'était vraiment quelque chose de différent. It's like if with the X-File we upgraded our viewing options as a different kind of TV show. Love the poster of is it Akira? And if you guys actually look on eBay and stuff, they did tons of Star Wars and other movies posters based on this poster. Like you've got Boba Fett going towards his Slave One ship. I'm sorry, it is not supposed to be called Slave One, but over here on the Vintage Kids, we still stay Slave One. Cheers, Slave One. Okay. Do you agree, Boba?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I knew it. Funny, he talks like Yoda. Okay. So, love this shot. Love this shot. Tomb Raider, of course, a big fan, not of the boobies, but of the game. And there's a DeLorean, and it's fun also that he took the time to like put some stuff on the floor to try to make it more realistic. So I thought that was an amazing shot. Okay, next up. I'm sorry, I'm not reading if there's any comments. I'm just saying hi. I'm gonna go through these posters, and if I'm gonna check a few times if you guys have any questions or stuff. Okay, up next. Love this one because this is kind of the 1980s scary movies, even though there's few movies are not necessarily like real big horror films, uh, like Aliens. I mean, Aliens is terrible if you show this to a kid, but it was pretty cool, pretty sci-fi. Of course, Chainsaw Massacre, Shining. One of my one of the scariest movie I've watched as a kid is right here. This is the Werewolf of London, and I'll always remember the first time I saw the transformation, and I saw his friend showed up dead, and I was like terrified. I don't know what age I was exactly, but I was not a big fan of Halloween. I don't know why. I was more of a fan of the Friday the 13th movies. This is Friday the 13th part 6, I think, when he actually the two kids actually dig him up. Candyman, I did not necessarily love this this movie, but it was okay. Rosemary Baby, of course, and Friday, not Friday, but Nightmare on Elm Street. Look at that face. You just want to kiss it. Uh, so it really represents a not necessarily a night out, but as I was a teenager or a young teenager, that represents the kind of nights I would have with my friends. Purchase a big bag of Doritos, uh, order a pizza with the cheese in the crust, and drink some. Well, not necessarily Mountain Dew, but drink some great stuff, sugary stuff, and watch a good movie. So yeah, Twilight Zone. I was not a big fan, but I've watched a few episodes, and again, I don't recall if that show was available in French back then in Canada. So that's probably the reason why I did not necessarily watch it back in the days. Um, Let me see. Okay, oops, sorry. So that is the cool one with the horror movie. Oh, what the hell! I'm still new to this. Okay. Up next, this one is pretty much the same shot, and the reason why he does so many shot that actually looks the same. If you go on his website, he actually shows how he does it. It's like layers that he actually puts on canvas that he uses like templates, and he change what you see actually on the posters or on the screen or whatever. So again, I just want to go through a few of these. The quality of the image is not necessarily very good, but of course, let's go again. Bald Z. um, these ones I'm not able to see what it is. Alice, I don't know what this is. Uh, Terminator 2, of course, that's a classic. One of the great, well, and it's funny. It's funny because, what's his name? Uh, I've known Judy Foster for a very long time as an actress because I've watched a lot of her movies when I was a kid. Because I think me and her were really, almost the same age, like a few years apart. So I was able to identify to her a lot during all her career, um, and that movie I thought was like incredible for so many reasons, of course, but for me it was great to see her in a dramatic role. I was more used to see her in like I'm not gonna say Disney movies, but as a kid I did not watch Taxi Driver, so I haven't seen her playing in Taxi Driver as a kid. So I was really impressed by her in that movie. Okay, so of course, Toy Story huge, one of my favorite movie, and it's funny. I'm gonna tell you guys something. A lot of people are asking me, what do you like to collect the most, or what is your most precious item in your collection? And I don't really have a Star Wars item that is more precious to me. Uh, in 1995, en 1995, quand Toy Story est sorti, when Toy Story came out, I mean, I fell in love with that movie. I fell in love with the characters. I fell in love with the idea, and I fell in love with the new technology that was presented to us. Because a lot of people don't remember or don't know, if you're younger, that actually Toy Story is the first CGI movie, first computer animated movie for 100%. And I don't know, that really, I thought it was great because it was something new. Nowadays all movies are made like this, or animated stuff, most of them. Donc on se souvient pas nécessairement que Toy Story c'était le premier film qui a été fait complètement à l'ordinateur en 95. Puis moi j'ai capoté ces personnages, j'ai capoté sur l'idée, je suis tombé en amour mais complètement avec Toy Story. And the reason why I'm saying this is, like I said, when people are asking me what do you cherish the most of your collection, and well, it's not necessarily Star Wars. It's my Toy Story collection. And you know what? I think it is worth. Yeah, it's worth the time to make a full episode of the Vintage Kids on Toy Story. For so many reasons. And I might even present to you my Toy Story collection. I don't collect really other stuff other than, yeah, I collect cards and I collect Star Wars stuff, but I don't consider them like my really private collection, you know what I mean? But my Toy Story stuff, if I would lose my collection, I think that's the thing that I would be the most um, not yeah disappointed to lose. It would be to lose my Toy Story collection. Fait que je pense que c'est ça, c'est toute ma collection de Toy Story que je serais vraiment triste de perdre parce que c'est ma collection que j'ai depuis 1995. J'ai un Slick encore dans sa boîte de 1995. J'ai Buzz de 95. J'ai Woody. Fait que, ils ont tous quelque chose en particulier d'important. T'sais. Okay. So, of course, Captain America. Again, X Files. Uh, I think this is Little Trouble, Big Trouble in Little China. One of the cool movies I really enjoy as a kid. Let me just be sure. I'm not sure if it's Big Trouble, but it looks like it. Of course, Mario for so many reasons, but I was a original Nintendo Mario and Duck Hunt on the same game kind of kid. So I played until Mario 3. Uh, but after that, I went to I moved on to something else. Of course, there's an R2 on the floor. Again, Mario there. There's the Terminator 2 that again transform our way to see movies. Technology was brought up to a new level of computerish animated real life stuff. What I love about this shot, and we're going to see it later on, is that right here, Commodore 64, Commodore 64. Uh, did I play so many hours alone or with my friends on this old computer? And I'm gonna go next to the next picture because we have a few to go through. Okay, and I'll talk about the computer 64 afterwards. So here's another one. That's a pretty nice one that is probably more fitting with the 1980s. Uh, so you've got Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. You've got Karate Kid. There's a few things that I have no clue what it is. So I'm sorry if you don't know about that. No, I don't know about everything, but I'm still a freaking geek, but some of the shows I haven't watched. So anyway, like I said at the beginning, the amazing thing about these artwork is the details, because you can spend like 10 minutes watching every details, and you keep on finding stuff. I just realized that over here there's a, let me zoom in, there's actually a mint on card Return of the Jedi um, uh, Han Solo Hoth. But do you guys actually see what it is? It's the vintage collection modern one that he put there, because you can actually see the +4 age on the side. See, again, details. Love this. Love these kinds of details. But see, at first I was sure it was a vintage one, but it's actually a vintage collection one. Uh, so again, Commodore 64. Love that show. WrestleMania. I've watched wrestling for a few years. I loved it, but I don't know. Again, perhaps it's because I always analyze way too much stuff. As a kid, I was analyzing wrestling instead of enjoying it, and I was seeing so many like, yeah, he didn't touch him, and it was like, okay, you're ruining it for me, man. So Back to the Future, the Froggle Rocks, one of the greatest show as a kid, and I've always dreamed to have these little Muppets thing, and I know that now they are available. They created the dolls. Fait que les Froggle Rocks, ça, j'ai capoté sur les Froggle Rocks. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. Mes personnages préférés, c'était les bonhommes de construction avec les petits chapeaux. J'ai toujours rêvé d'en avoir un. I've always dreamed to have those little ones that are actually building stuff constantly with their little hard hats. Love that show. Of course, Return of the Jedi, for me, my favorite Star Wars movie because of so many reasons. I was right at the good age to see it. For me, it was like I was so impressed with Return of the Jedi on so many levels. For me, there's like nothing wrong with Return of the Jedi from beginning to end. Anyway, that's another story. Of course, Indiana Jones. Some consider that Raiders of the Lost Ark is actually one of the best build movie ever. Best script, best way to show everything in the right order. Seattle Seahawks, I would have put in Montreal Canadiens. Ghostbusters 2, I was disappointed in Ghostbusters 2, but hey, it was still Ghostbusters 2. The Simpsons. That's another thing. I mean, we could talk about The Simpsons for hours. I've already said that before, but my mother already told me that if I would have knew everything on The Simpsons that I know that I remember, I could use that as a medical knowledge. I would be a brain surgeon. That's one of the funniest thing I think my mother ever told me. Donc, ma mère m'a toujours dit que si j'avais toutes les informations que j'ai dans ma tête sur les Simpsons, puis tous les épisodes que je connais par cœur, puis les détails que je connais sur les Simpsons, si ça aurait pu être mis, tous ces efforts-là, dans la médecine, je serais un brain surgeon, un opérateur de cerveau. Cheers, of course. I haven't watched Cheers much. It was not a show that I really hooked on. Real Ghostbusters, of course. I don't know. Yeah, that's Roseanne. Loved Roseanne because of. It was not because of Roseanne. It was because of John Goodman. I mean, for me, John Goodman is the king. And it's funny because he played a king in one of his movies. Of course, there's like something weird over here. There's like this big, huge R2D2. I don't recall seeing any large scale R2D2 back in the days. But again, so you've got Lando, you've got Han Solo, and you've got Boba Fett with Slave One. You've got this amazing Ghostbusters with Ecto One Firehouse that is right there. I have it over here. Vader, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm saying hi to Kristen Lee. Luke. I don't know what this is. Is it a lunch box? I don't know. Some cartridge and what's this? Ghost Castle. See, I don't know what this is. Anyway, Millennium Falcon, Faucon Millennium, X-Wing, old games from PlayStation, Super Nintendo. So many again details. And oh, there's a Redskin flag. So yeah, that is probably why there's so many emotions while we are watching this. I thought that was a very good display to show all the horror films from the 80s. I'm not going to go through them, all of them, because we've already been talking for a half an hour and I've only did 4. So again, a few great movies. I'm just going to check and see if some of them are really, really worth it that perhaps you haven't seen. I'm seeing Dracula right here, and it is worth the watch because there's so many good actors in it. But for the performance of what's his name? You know who I'm talking about, the guy that plays Dracula and plays so many great movies. He you know this guy. I've got a brain bubble. I don't remember his name. 7. If you haven't watched 7, go check what is in the box. What's in the box? It's worth every minute of it. And this is the movie that actually introduced me to the guy that actually had to disappear. I've got so many problems with the names tonight. Sorry about that. But you know what I'm talking about. He was playing like in the TV series with the president stuff and political stuff. I don't remember his name. Yeah. So great movie. Exorcist, of course. Dawn of the Dead. Don't recall seeing Dawn of the Dead. So The Thing. I've watched The Thing later as an adult, and I was disappointed because I don't know. It's probably because I was told so much good of that movie and how amazing it was. I totally understand that it's all practical stuff, but for me, I was disappointed because I think I was expecting a masterpiece. And of course, King Kong. The King Kong with the dude with Jeff Bridges on the Twin Towers. Man, I saw that movie again so many times. Okay, next up. Just gonna go check if there's... Okay. So, same room, different kind of displayed. So again, all games on the top. Sonic is in. I think it's like more of a modernish. No, not necessarily. There's all kinds of 80s and 90s stuff. That is actually something they created only for. They used it in. I think it was in Home Alone. It was that thing was used in Home Alone. Yeah, it was used in Home Alone, and it was not something that was available. They created for the movie, and afterwards the company created one and sold it, and it was a bestseller thing. I think this is Aladdin. So this is Mario 3. I think this is Super Mario 3, one of my favorite game. Is it Mario 3? Not sure. Anyway, for me, Mario 3 was a very cool one. So again, old audio tapes. Love the audio tapes. I still have some. I think this is the General Lee. Is it? Yeah, I think this is the General Lee. You've got the original Nintendo over here. One of my favorite hero that I just my life was not necessarily changed, but I use these movie to help me out in life. The Rambo series, and I'm not talking about Rambo 24 that came out a few years ago. I'm really talking about 1, 2, and 3, which are for me great movies for so many reasons. Not necessarily from a cinematic point of view, but more of what it represents. Okay, so yeah, great stuff again. They introduced there's the Sega, and also there's always a VHS in most of these things. There's the telephone from Fisher Price with the eyes. I used to have one. I still have some. I still have one in my boxes over here. Um, was that the logo of a TV series? Dragon something or wolf thing? I don't recall. There's so many great shows that was on TV and so many great toy lines back in the days. Okay, I thought that was this one is really nice, and again, it's kind of sad because it's like a flashback or a reminder that in the US Toys R Us has closed. So the entire store, 25 to 50%, everything must go. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, we've lost Toys R Us. And we still have Toys R Us over here in Canada, but trust me, the prices are completely crazy. Um, like one of my friends showed us on Yoda's workshop recently. You want to purchase a Black Series action figure at Toys R Us Canada, well, you're going to have to pay $50 plus tax. So 53 bucks Canadian. So you're going to say, yeah, okay, Canadians, that's okay because I'm in the US. Yeah, but 53 bucks Canadian is around 45 bucks US for one figure. I mean, is it a little too much? I think it is. So yeah, and there's even the sign right there. I haven't seen store closing. So there's a Teletubbies. There's all kinds of great vintage toys. There's a BMX, La Gang des BMX. Ça, c'est un autre film, j'avais trippé voir. Power Rangers. There's a turtle, I think. And over here is a Cabbage Patch Kids. And this is Teddy Ruxpin. I remember. That was creepy, man. The Teddy Ruxpin doll, it was kind of really creepy. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Up next. Okay, so we're back in the room. This is more of a recent. There's a few more recent stuff on this one. Oh, this is the guy that we could stretch the arm. I don't remember his name, but that was a cool toy. Again, there's a few ones that we've already seen. Uh, and he's playing on Windows 95, I think, or 98. Is it 95 or 98? The space thing that we could play for free on. I played a lot of games of this, and it's funny because he actually put a sticker of The Simpsons on his computer, and for many years I've upgraded my high tower that I was using for working on eBay and working on the internet, and I had the exact same sticker. I had this sticker from an episode when The Simpsons actually go on vacation on the beach, and Lisa tries to be like cool, and of course other Simpsons stickers. I was like a crazy Simpson fan back in the days. Love the translucent telephone. I remember when I think one of my friend had one this had this telephone in his room. So again, great stuff, great details. Oh, of course, look who's there. That's Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Vegas. If you want to watch an amazing, weird, and incredible performance by two great actors, Benicio del Toro, as we say over here, uh, and Johnny Depp. These guys did an amazing job on this movie. So, yeah, great stuff. Cabbage Patch Kids poster, kind of. Helmo, one of Kirk Keck's favorite best friend. Okay, up next, that's another one. Love the sorry, the quality is not really good. Uh, the Creep Show movie. Oh my God, love the Creep Show movie because it was like little parts. C'était tous des petits bouts de films d'horreur. C'était pas comme un film complètement très long d'horreur. Si vous n'avez pas vu Creep Show, là, ça vaut la peine de le voir. Le blob, c'est hallucinant. T'as le gars qui joue dans Harry and the Anderson, puis il a joué avec The Dude dans le dernier film de Bad Guy, ou je sais plus quoi, là. The Old Man, ou The Old Dude, ou whatever. C'est très très bon. Mad Max, of course. Conan the Barbarian. The Thing Again, E.T., classique. Là, je pense que c'est les bonhommes de Star Trek qui est ici. Monopoly, mais c'est pas, ça semble pas être l'original. Tron, one of my best friend favorite movie of all time. So yeah, X-Men, of course, comic books. Simon, right there. Teddy Ruxpin. It's funny because I've just sold one exactly like this 1975 doll to someone. Of course, Sylvester Stallone. This is Rocky 3. I've got a great memory, a great story about Rocky 3 that I'm going to share with you guys very quickly. Back in the days, there were not a lot of movie theaters around where I was living in Laval. There was like two places you could go. And there was a place where there were only two cinemas, two rooms, two screens. So you had to be there quickly. And I remember probably the first time that I went to the movies with my dad. It was to see Rocky 3. So we were going there. The place was called Centre 2000. So 2000 Center. And remember, this is like in 1983. And the old building was like orange 1980 color-ish. So we go there and we wait in line, and I just can't believe. I remember how excited I was to go with my dad and watch this Rocky movie. And we could not get in. It was full. I remember being so disappointed. Yeah, and I went back to the movies with my dad, but really later on in my life. I don't remember going to the movies a lot with my dad, but that one, it's really clear. It's a remember really. Okay, so that's the picture that I found at first on the internet that I posted on Yoda's workshop, and that one, it kind of like, I don't know, spark something inside of me because there's so many things from my era. This represents my teenage years, my pre-teen years. There's my childhood, so many stuff. I'm going to be 48 in 2 weeks, and everything that is in this picture I've played with. Well, almost everything. And every movie that is actually on the wall, or the games, or the band, I've listened, I've watched, I played with. So I was so impressed with this one. And he's actually watching Indiana Jones. So there's a Transformers, there's a lava lamp, there's the BMX, there's hockey cards on the floor. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is probably the only thing that I was too old. Where's Waldo? There's the Atari game. I mean, everything that is there reminds me of my childhood. So the first water gun, les patins à roulettes, man. Ça, je peux pas croire qu'ils vendaient ça. Si, c'était pas, on pouvait pas tenir debout là-dessus. It was crazy to sell these things. Uh, the Darth Vader. That's funny. Just give me a second. Here's one. So the Darth Vader case, the X-wing Predator. So many great stuff. So I was really, really impressed, and the cool fact that he actually owns the hoverboard from Back to the Future. It's like, oh yeah, that kid is pretty lucky. And again, there's so many things that I just realized there's a sword right there. The Knight Rider car. What is this? I don't know what this is. Masters of the Universe. So anyway, so that's an amazing one. I really thought this thing represents so much to me that I was really impressed with this art. So that's another nice one because it reminds me the time of the arcades. I grew up going to the arcades, and it's funny because there was a place near my house that was called 222. And as soon as I was going inside that building, there were always kids showing up. Man, do you have some stuff, man? I was like, some stuff? What the fuck are you looking for? Those are my 25 cents. Leave me alone. No. Do you have some stuff, man? Because my hair was long. I looked like a fucking bum. Still do. And everyone thought I was selling dope, man. Never did. So anyway, love this one because there's so many great games that I remember playing. The Simpsons, that's a cool one. There's a Simpsons. Of course, there's the Miss Pac-Man, there's Pac-Man, there's Galaga, and there's Donkey Kong. And as you guys know, let me just go here and click on this. Oh, that's me. I am out of focus again. Let's do something good about this. It's not working. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back? Oh yeah, I'm back. So as you guys know, I've got a original Miss Pac-Man one from 1992, and this actually means a lot to me. So that would be another thing that I would be sad to lose. Anyway, let's go back to this. So yeah, love this great picture of. It really feels like you're at the arcade because back in the days, every arcade was next to one another, and your mother would give you a few 25 cents, and you go spend a few, I don't know, a few minutes, half an hour, or oh, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle too. Wow. See, Space Invaders. I've got a mini one that I've tried to sell on the Black Friday sale. Captain Commando, that I don't remember. Oh, Daytona USA, that was a cool one with the car. That's not necessarily from the 1980s, but anyway. Okay, up next, that's the Star Wars one. Of course, there's like the posters of Episode 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry about that. Love the fact that he actually owns a picture of Carrie Fisher, Han Solo, and Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and they're signed. And he's got all of VHS on the top of his television set, and these are the first release of the VHS. And love the fact that he's watching Return of the Jedi. He plays with his lightsaber. So that's a great Star Wars homage, and there's the AT-AT, and of course the Death Star on the back. That's Stand By Me right there. That's another great movie. If you haven't seen Stand By Me, go check it out. It's amazing. The Goonies, of course. Okay, so here's the Commodore 64, like I was saying earlier. Goonies again. Beverly Hills Cop. Can't wait to see the next one. I'm afraid of what it's going to be, but hey, it's going to be Beverly Hills Cop, so I hope it's going to be good. Total Recall. Funny thing about that movie, when it came out in the movies, in the movie theaters, it was actually 18-year-old. So if you weren't 18-year-old, you weren't able to go see the new Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. At least over here in Canada, I don't know what they did with it in the U.S., but yeah, so we weren't able to go and see it. Short Circuit with Johnny Five, Jaws, of course. There's the Gizmo. I love Gizmo. Karate Kid, as we said earlier. Here is Super Mario 3. So that was probably one of my favorite game ever. In the Mario world dish. Here's the Nintendo glove with Slimer right there, and the Nintendo magazine. So, oh yeah, he's drinking IC. That's an old drink as well. I don't remember if it was available over here, but I know that's a old drink thing. So anyway, Commodore 64, I used to play with that. I used to have tons of games because I think we've purchased like used, and it came with a lot of games, a big bundle, and we could try everything. And some were like very boring, but others were pretty good, like Mission Impossible. Love to play Mission Impossible. Love to play. I think my favorite one, I did not have it. It was my friend that we used to go at his house and play. It was Rampage, the first version of Rampage on Commodore 64. Man, God, we've played a lot of this game. Anyway, so yeah, and also that's the remote for the. Was that only for the first NES? I think it was. There's actually an Atari joystick right there on top of the Atari. So anyway, I played tons of hours on this Commodore 64, and it was great. Uh, I also love this one because there's actually two kids playing together. So most of the posters that this artist does is you're alone in your room, but love the fact that back in the days, most of the time we were playing with our favorite, well, not favorite, but our best friends. So it was pretty rare that we were lonely back in the days because we wouldn't not play on our phones or on the internet. We would play together at video games. Love the fact that there's different posters over here. There's Fresh Prince of Slapper. There's Run DMC. There's the one of my favorite movies. Some of my favorite movies that came out during the 90s is Lethal Weapon. Love the chemistries between two of these guys. Star Wars again. There's Batman. I think this look actually like the animated series. A different X-Files movie. Of course, GoldenEye. So it's the poster movie, but GoldenEye, everyone knows that it was on Nintendo 64. What else do I see? I've never really loved the Screams movies, so I was not a fan. Um, yeah, so that's another cool one. Oh, but what? There's Ecto One, and there's the 1989 Batmobile. That's pretty amazing. That's the same picture. Okay, so this one is also great because this really feels like me. Uh, that represents me even today. I watch tons of movies. I watch and series. I try to watch, I would say, at least one movie per day. Yeah, or per night. Or I'm gonna watch at least one or two or three episodes from a series. I binge watch stuff, and I just cannot stop watching movies. And things that they made. Even some people are going to say, don't waste your time watching this, man. Well, I'm going to watch it anyway because I want to know. First of all, I want to analyze it and I want to see what's good and what's bad because in every movie, even the worst ones, there's always good stuff in it. If it's the camera movement, the camera angles, the actors, you're gonna might have like in a cast of 10 people, perhaps you're gonna have 9 terrible actors, but there's always one you're gonna say, "Oh my God, that's a great actor," or "That's a great character," or "That's a great whatever." So I've spent so many hours like this, eating my popcorn, putting my feet up, and watching a great movie. And again, this one is amazing because there's so many things in there. There's Die Hard. There's what's the name? Sci-fi movie with I'm not good with names tonight. I'm sorry. Voyons, le film avec Harrison Ford qui a été fait par Ridley Scott. Vous savez ce que je veux dire. Shining again. Full Metal Jacket. Again, if you want to watch an amazing movie, go watch Full Metal Jacket. Run and go check it out. Beetlejuice, classic stuff. Again, Back to the Future, of course. Yeah, so basically it's back to the same thing. To many of these come back, but they represent so much. They actually are the image of an era. So I think that's the reason why we freak so much on these posters. And the reason why I also choose this one is because of the watch. It's the same watch that Marty is actually wearing in Back to the Future, and I used to have that watch. I've loved that watch so much that when my first one broke, I asked for my parents for another one for Christmas back in the days. So, yeah. Okay, love also this one. I love this one because of the 70s vibe. Because of the games, because of the albums on the floor, and of the decoration. I mean, look at this. This is for me really, really not my teenage years. That's my childhood. Like the colors, the yeah. So I mean, this represents how it was at my place when I was really young. And they're playing Pong, man. So I don't know. That's 1981, 1979. I'm not sure. And there's Dark Side of the Moon. Is that Grease on the back? I think that's Grease. Oh, there's the fighters, the boxing guys. There's some Nerf stuff. There's the that was a game of football, if I remember correctly. So anyway, this one I really like because it doesn't feel 80s. It doesn't feel 90s. It really feels 70s. Even I would say at the end of the 70s, that's for sure. So that's it. I think we've went through all of them just to make sure. Yeah. So good thing because we're at 1 minute for until the end of this show. So guys, go check it out. I'm just going to share my screen for you to see his website. I'm going to stop screen. Just give me a second. I'm going to share a onglet rétro. Voilà. I think. There you go. Accept. Let me go see if this thing is working. Yeah, it is. So go check that website. This is the website of Rachid Lotf. And he's actually showing how he does his thing. And there's all the posters, the and signing print and stuff. And I think the prices look pretty good. There's like all the era. You're going to be able to find some great stuff. 1982, greatest geek year ever. Hardcover for the movie. So anyway, go check it out. There's so many more stuff. I cannot go through everything. with you guys, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna find something. Here's even girly bedroom puzzle art. I'm gonna go spend some time on this website, that's for sure. I love this thing. Video maker background, love. Wow, that's great, man. I'm gonna go check that out. I haven't spent enough time. Album cover. Uh, anyway, go check it out. So, guys, again, thank you very much for being with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm trying to do different stuff every week. So next week we might go check out together the Andor finale. I think we're at episode 10 or 11 on our work with on the Vintage Kids. And of course, we'll go back to toys and stuff again. So, like I always say, have a great week. If you have any questions, send them to me. I'll do my best to answer them. If you have any suggestions, go ahead. By the way, for the Black Friday sale that I did last Saturday, the prices are still good until next Saturday, so it's a week. So go check it out. I did a 4 hour, even more, a little more than 4 hour sale. Tons of stuff. Most of them are $5 to $10. So go check it out. If they're still available, just ask me what you want, and I'll let you know if I still have them. And yeah, that's it. So have a great week. Passez une belle semaine. On se revoit mardi prochain. As I always say, be good, be wild, be safe, be wild, and be you. À la semaine prochaine. Ciao.